Hi, it's Grammy from Grammy and Grandpa Read, and today I have a book for you called Jamie O'Rourke and the Pooka. It's by Tomie dePaola. Jamie O'Rourke said, Eileen, wake up. I've got something to tell you. Jamie, who was the laziest man in all of Ireland, was asleep in the warm sunshine outside their cottage. His wife gave him a shake. Wake up, for heaven's sakes, Elaine said. Again, I'm not sleeping, Jamie answered with a yawn. Sure, I was just sitting here thinking. Now, Jamie, please listen, Elaine replied. Do you remember that I am going to visit my sister Kathleen and her family to help with her new baby? Jamie let out a snore. Elaine poked him. What are you doing, woman? Can't you see I'm in the middle of solving a great problem? Jamie answered. Now that's all fine thoughts I was having have flown out of my head. You might as well tell me what's going on. Elaine explained to Jamie for the 40th time, most likely, that she was off to Kathleen's house and would be there for the better part of a week. Now Elaine went on. I've cleaned the cottage from top to bottom. I've cooked all kinds of good things and put them in the larder. All you have to do is the washing up each night and give a quick swipe of the broom every now and then. Well, my darling, you're too good for the likes of me, Jamie said. But don't you be a worryin'. I will take care of everything so you won't be even knowing you've been away. Now give us a kiss and be off with you. Down the road went Elaine O'Rourke. All of the commotion has made me as tired as a farmer plowing 5 fields, Jamie said to himself. I think I'll just have myself a lie down. And sure, it wasn't a sweet idea if I stay in bed and only get up for a bite. I'll not be dirty in a thing, said Jamie O'Rourke, climbed out of bed, and even though the sun was high in the sky, he fell fast asleep. Jamie O'Rourke, 3 voices called outside the door. Where are ye, man? We heard Elaine's off to his sister, so we have come to keep you company. Jamie woke up and recognized the voices of his cronies, Patrick, Michael, and Seamus. Jamie got out of bed, and since he hadn't taken off his clothes, he didn't have to put them on again. Come in, lads, Jamie said, opening the door, and the sun was sinking behind the hills. Well, what do we have here? Jamie asked, pointing at a crockery jug. This is the finest cider you'll taste this side of the country, Patrick said. Get some mugs, Michael said, and some grub, Seamus said. He knew that Elaine wouldn't leave Jamie without plenty of good things to eat. When the food was on the table, and the mugs and the plates and the knives and the forks too, they all sat down. They had themselves a fine old time, laughing and eating until it was time to go home. Well, the 3 friends told Jamie, we'll be heading down the hill, and you'll be wanting to get your rest, Jamie. Tomorrow you'll have a busy morning cleaning up all this mess. Aye, that's the truth, lads, Jamie said, looking around, but the mere sight of the messy cottage made him most tired man in Ireland, as well as the laziest, so he went to bed. Jamie was fast asleep when a noise woke him. It was the sound of the cottage door and the clatter of hoofs on the stone floor. Jamie opened his eyes and took a peek. And what a sight! He couldn't tell if it was a man or a donkey standing there. Whatever was it? It had long ears and tail. Saints preserve us, Jamie whispered. I may as well begin first at last. The creature who was a Pooka said out loud to himself. He stirred the fire, poured some water into a big pot, and put it on the fire. As soon as the water was hot, Pooka washed the dishes, the mugs, the cutlery, and put the leftovers in the proper dishes and back into the larder. He swept the floor and gave the fire a good raking. Then the Pooka left the house, and with such a slam of the door, Jamie nearly fell out of bed. The next evening, Patrick, Michael, and Seamus came by with fresh jug of cider, and they were amazed to see the cottage as if Aline had been there. How did this happen? They asked. Well, me lads, Jamie replied, I got up with the birds and cleaned it up, and just like any good husband would do when his darling wife is away. Patrick, Michael, and Seamus looked at each other. They didn't really believe Jamie, but there it was. So the four friends had another grand time, just like the night before. When the friends had gone, leaving even more a mess, Jamie climbed into bed, but instead of falling asleep, he waited under the covers. Sure enough, the door opened. The Pooka was back, cleaning up everything fast and furiously. This is luck indeed, Jamie said to himself. Why, with this creature coming and cleaning up, I can have my cronies here every night, that is, until Elaine comes home. And that's what he did. Night after night, Jamie, Patrick, Michael, and Seamus had a grand old time making grand old mess, and every night the Pooka came in and set things right. By the end of the week, Jamie was curious about this accommodating creature, so he decided to stay up and have a chat with him. He was a little scared when the Pooka came in and went right to the fire, but he took a deep breath, swallowed a mouthful of cider for courage, and spoke up. Now then, sir, if I'm not taking a liberty, might I be knowing who you are and why you've been so kind as to be cleaning up after me each night, after my friends and myself? The Pooka turned and looked at Jamie. I'll tell you, and you're welcome to it. A long time back, I was the laziest servant that was ever clothed and fed, and did no work for it. When my time came for the other world, this is the punishment I was given for my lazy days, to find a place each night to labor in. As I was wandering by that other night, I looked in the window of your cottage, and as sure as can be, you needed my help. It's not so bad, for at least I'm out of the cold, and when I finish my work, the saints preserve us, the cold wind goes right through me bones. It wouldn't be so hard if I had me a nice warm coat. Well, Jamie thought, I can probably help the poor creature. The next night, after his friends left, Jamie sat and waited for the Pooka. Aline would be home tomorrow, but Jamie wasn't worried. He knew the Pooka would do an excellent job of cleaning up, especially when Jamie gave him the old coat he had pulled from the trunk. As soon as the Pooka came in, Jamie showed him the coat. He helped him into it and buttoned it up. The Pooka went to the mirror. He was most pleased with what he saw. I'm much obliged to you, Jamie O'Rourke. You have made me happy at last. Now I'll be saying goodnight to you. The Pooka turned to go. Wait, Jamie cried out. You're leaving too soon. What about the washing up and the sweeping? Ah, the Pooka said, now it's your turn. My punishment was only to last until some kind creature like yourself liked the way I'd done my duty and rewarded me for it. Goodbye. I'll see you. You'll see no more of me. The Pooka left, and there was Jamie with a mess. Or should he say Elaine? For when she arrived at the next morning and looked at the cottage, oh, Jamie O'Rourke, what do you have to say for yourself? But Jamie said nothing. He was too busy thinking he shouldn't have been in such a hurry to reward the ungrateful Pooka. Oh, that's a good story. We shouldn't leave messes for other people to clean up, should we? We need to make sure we're cleaning up after ourselves. I hope that you like this book. Please subscribe to our channel and like the video.